let us take you on a journey through the past and present in the history of cars. So if you're as psyched about cars as much as we are, with the flip of a switch, we'll be teleporting you back into time. How exciting is that? So sit back, relax, fasten your seatbelt, and enjoy the ride. We're in 1687, after Sir Isaac Newton published his works on motion, which gave engineers the inspiration they needed to start thinking about building an automobile. Jumping to almost a century later, in 1769, the first actual road vehicle in history was produced, which was a steam-powered car, invented by Nicholas Joseph Cano. It was to be used for military purposes and had 3 wheels. The steam vehicle was very sizable and, of course, weighed a ton, and was only capable of moving at 2.5 miles per hour. But it was still an amazing breakthrough regardless. Steam coaches were later banned in the UK because they were too heavy and destroyed the road. After the steam vehicle, many other inventors got to work looking for a way to improve what we already had. Among the successful prototypes that came through was an electric carriage made by Robert Anderson from Scotland in the year 1839. We are now in 1859. With the first fully electric carriage. It might look a little crude to us right now, but I bet this baby right here was the talk of the town. Its speed was about 4 miles per hour. And no, he's not related to Elon Musk. It was in 1886 when the first proper car was built in Germany, and it's credited with 2 men, Gottlieb Daimler, who designed the first traditional 4-wheeled vehicle powered by gas, but was not available for sale, and, wait for it, Carl Friedrich Benz, who made a 3-wheel carriage. Both were experiments from talented engineers, and they were quite successful, as you will see as we continue our journey. In the year 1891. Are those Peugeot cars everywhere? Yes. They were all designed and built by Benz and Daimler, who built their initial capital on selling their first models. Hello, 20th century. It's 1901, and here's the first Mercedes car designed by William Maybach, Daimler's business partner. Now don't get lost. Look around, and you will notice there's a lot of similar cars around. Those are the Benz Velos, the first automobiles to be produced in large numbers and similar in appearance. Welcome back to the U.S. Years before our current time in 1883, with brothers Charles and Frank Jurai assembled their first gas-powered car, and with time, became the largest manufacturers in the United States. Fast forward to 1901, and they've sold dozens of expensive limousines which were only driven by the rich and influential. And here is a classic curved dash Oldsmobile. Ransom Eli Olds, who invented the assembly line prototype, moved to Detroit to start his enterprise. His cars were on top of the market for 3 years. It's 1908, 7 years later when it gets real. We have here with us the Model T produced by Henry Ford. It's his most mass-produced car, and thanks to the new and improved assembly line, it takes only 93 minutes to assemble the Model T. 1927, 20 years later, and the road is packed with Model Ts. By now, Ford has produced over 15 million of these cars, improving them with each passing year to be more efficient, comfortable, and affordable. All right, we're picking up speed and going faster. Let's go. It's 1937, a decade later, and the roads are busier. Hold on a second. Is that what I think it is? It's a Duesenberg Model J, the most luxurious and powerful car of the first half of the century, with an engine that produces 265 horsepower and a supercharged version that reaches 320. It was very expensive, meaning only the wealthy could afford it. Jumping to 1965, and the car industry is on fire. The streets are filled with Fords, Chevrolets, Chryslers, DeSotos, and oh my goodness, an Edsel. Guys, this is a Ford-derived automobile that only lived for 4 years. We also see the Mustang here too, initiating a new era of similar models by various manufacturers. All right, it's the 70s, and it's a muscle car party. No single straight line, tight gears, and pure testosterone. Very powerful cars indeed. Did our fathers drive better cars than we're driving? Let's get some answers. It's 1985, and yeah, I bet you have an idea of what's coming up next, don't you? The movie is just getting started. It's a DeLorean DMC-12, the one and only DeLorean. As much as I want to say we can't, we need to get back to the future. Back in the 90s, we said goodbye to muscle cars and hello to simple, more affordable vehicles that came with plastic headlights and fenders to attract customers. Many memorable vehicles were produced, but we have two major standouts. It's the Dodge Viper, designed and built in 1992. Although it lacked traction control, it was a head-turner. Side exhaust pipes, V10 under the hood, and a wide body that rode low to the ground. Muscular and purely adrenaline, it stole America's heart. The second vehicle was the Hummer H1, a four-wheel drive beast. It had low production, was built on the same assembly line as the military models, but it had features like cruise control and power windows. In the 2000s, and things are getting bad, where cars are looking like experiments gone wrong. We also called it the sweet spot generation, a period where vehicles were mechanically simple and sophisticated enough to put a smile on your face. Some people see it as the best years in the automobile industry. You know how people value things that remind them of a time when life was much simpler. All right, and we're getting close to where we started from. It's been an exciting and enlightening journey. And there was hope in 2010, with Japan leading in car designs while everyone was copying them. Trending at this time in designs were sharp angles and smooth lines. The era of the automotive industry crisis was from 2008 to 2010, and as a result, the automotive industry was weakened by a substantial increase in the price of fuels that discouraged the purchase of sports utility vehicles, SUVs, and pickup trucks because of their low fuel economy. At the end of 2010, the Ford Fiesta was the best-selling vehicle. It's the year 2019, and we're looking at the era of infinite possibilities. Cars have evolved into more sleek, aerodynamically shaped and comfortable models than they were in times past, with Volkswagen leading in revenue generation followed by Toyota. Amazing. Wait, it's 2070. Cars are astonishing. More than half of them are flying, while the rest are in supercharged tunnels moving at high speeds. Aerodynamic shapes have been perfected, and we have cars that can use full self-driving capabilities. No traffic jams. We can't wait. And that's the end of our journey, folks. If you learned something new today, drop your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.